We simply witnessed a little bit of a flush of the market, but this can be the begin of a miles larger circulate to the drawback. And we in reality have to speak approximately this. We should address it because what we are approximately to witness may want to exchange the whole trajectory of the distance inside the short term. And I need to recognition on that proper. It's the short term that we are focused on here, not the macro. We're not, you understand, zooming out and pronouncing all properly the cycle is achieved. No, we're now not talking approximately something like that. We're just addressing what could happen within the short term. That manner we will probably put together for some opportunities in this marketplace. But with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My call is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, with a bit of luck with the aid of the end of this video, you do turn out to be a subscriber. So pay attention, the general marketplace cap down about 3.73%, nothing too crazy there. We're sitting at about 3.47 trillion. Over the final couple of days, we have not been doing a good deal, which I will spotlight here in a second. But we should see Bitcoin down about 3.65%, XRP down about 4.32%, even Ethereum down nearly 5%. And that is simply the start of it. We may want to see a pleasing flush throughout the board for maximum of this market. And once more, this is just volatility. This is liquidations combined with a volatile market. So with that proper, let's check Bitcoin proper, because this is what Bitcoin seems like on the monthly. Big component to cognizance on is keeping 100K. We lose that, we most possibly flush to about the mid to low 90K range. Full goal on my quit is set 92 to 93K. In the closing 7 days is what Bitcoin seems like. We have that excellent run as much as 108K, accompanied by means of sideways price action, chop, chop, chop. And now we are at 101K XRP remaining 7 days. Very similar, right? Nice little run up to like $3.30+, chop sideways. Now we are having that sell-off. This is what the last in the future looks as if. This is what the only month looks like. Again, focusing on XRP, we lose this low previously from the 19th, and we see the mid $2 range being examined around like 260 to love 280 or so. That's what I'm certainly kind of searching at when it comes to XRP. But you know, with how high Bitcoin dominance simply is, and if Bitcoin does take that bounce to like the low mid 90K range, well, that would significantly harm altcoins in a large manner. So we need to make sure that we have a few strong cash at the sidelines. Don't promote to try to shop for again, lower or anything like that. However, simply have some strong cash on the sidelines just in case we do see some of the ones targets being hit, because there's a way to be our buy possibility. And we don't get a number of them in any respect within the middle of a bull run. But what become driving this rate movement? Well, number one, liquidations. We see right here that Bitcoin dips to an intraday low of virtually 102K, wiping out 128 million in lengthy positions in just 4 hours. Markets show volatility, however, open interest stays high. 371 million in general liquidations throughout crypto in 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance holds at approximately roughly 58%, ETH at 11.1%, and worry and greed index stands at approximately 71. Right now, the worry and greed index is sitting at approximately 55 on CMC. We'll virtually have a look at this proper. It's like the midline. It's been hovering around right here for a bit of time. Again, we chop back right here as well into November, earlier than the marketplace heated up. So not anything too loopy there. However, 371 million in overall liquidations in the final 24 hours as quick grew to about 449 million. You recognize, appeared into this too much simply lately, but you understand the remaining time that I checked, it became approximately kind of nearly $450 million in general liquidations. This is what takes place, right? And this is what has been happening every single time that we've got like a main sell-off on Bitcoin. Every unmarried time, what will we see? Liquidations. I call it the liquidation cascade because, you know, it starts small, after which it speedy grows and grows and grows due to the fact the extra liquidations, the more sell strain that we see at the chart, which also gets people, which might be in spot buying and selling proper in spot trades, they begin panic promoting. So it's just a snowball impact of poor rate movement. And this additionally works each approaches, right? You have lots of human beings, which can be, you recognize waiting for his or her shorts to hit, for example, And what finally ends up taking place is we begin moving to the upside, liquidating the ones shorts, pushing us even higher. So it really works each ways. But liquidations clearly do motive cascading effects in the marketplace. And it is precisely what we do see normally when it comes to Bitcoin having a major promote off or a main push to the upside. But why changed into all of this occurring? Well, number one, the change battle. So I'm positive that by using now, you guys in all likelihood already recognize what has been happening. We've been seeing those tariffs being driven on to a few areas around the arena, especially Colombia these days. And this prompted a little bit of a panic within the marketplace. I mean, plenty of people have been searching at this and saying nicely, you already know we're going to see a trade conflict happening now. And this starts off evolved to type of get humans a bit impulsive. Again, is this something that I'm without a doubt sort of involved about or something like that? Well, you understand, I do drink a whole lot of espresso. Maybe it truly is something I could be involved approximately with Colombia. But you understand in all fact, no, I do not assume that that is anything to worry about or difficulty ourselves about. I assume that this is, I mean, inside the brief time period, it is able to scare the markets apiece. Price action, should you already know, be halted a chunk, or we would even see a little bit of a deeper promote. But I do not think that this is going to trade the cycle or something like that. I assume that that is simply, you understand, a small hiccup within the middle of the road, if you will. So nothing too, concerning right here. On top of this, proper permits crossover right here. So we saw the S&P 500 futures sink 1%. And that is due to DeepSeek. So a number of humans likely have been listening to about Deep, are trying to find, if you don't, it's okay. You understand you do not need to fear approximately an excessive amount of, basically what that is, Chinese chat GBT. That's basically what that is. And this becomes sparking fear over US tech itself. This was the full breakdown that I noticed from Kibiche letter that you already know desired to encompass in this video, simply to type of provide you with, guys, an update on what this virtually is. So for an example, this is the futures. This changed into the NASDAQ, and we may want to see this going from like roughly, you realize, 22K all the way right down to approximately kind of 21.6K. And we've here the decline is accelerating NASDAQ. 100 futures are actually down 330 factors for the reason that marketplace opened just hours in the past as DeepSeek takes primary on the app shop. This is how you already know DeepSeek has ended up a chief chance to the United States huge cap tech. The stock market does now not lie. Now, is this getting blown out of percentage? It might simply be proper. We need to maintain a closeout on what is taking place here, but this is the total heritage. So this is a Chinese AI startup that appears to have spawned out of nowhere. It competes with ChatGPT. Like I said, it's basically ChatGPT, but Chinese version, and charges less than about 10 million to expand. It was developed with chips which are taken into consideration to be far much less superior than those utilized by US AI organizations.